It has been a long time since we got a new map, but this week we are getting a new map along with loads of other information. There's a charity event that's going on in World of Tanks, which I highly implore you to get involved with, and I'll cover all of the details on that. And we've also then got some weird G.I. Joe tanks back on the game, of course. So yeah, we're going to cover everything. Let's get right into it. And of course, we'll start with the Extra Life event for the charity. So this is 24-hour stream on World of Tanks Twitch, or World of Tanks Consoles Twitch. And essentially what it is every single hour it's going to be a kind of, I don't know, like something interesting, or there's going to be someone on there, I believe. It says they'll be doing it with community contributors and ambassadors, so they'll be doing collaboration. So, you know, I am a community contributor for World of Tanks console, so, you know, maybe. There'll also be interviews with a kind of new or the kind of wargaming developers, so that'll be quite interesting to have the Q&As with BAM 1500 and Jeff as well. So there'll be some question and answers, so hopefully you guys send those in. So you can do it if you go to the World of Tanks console forum. You can submit some questions you might want answered, and then they may or may not get answered by the team, so that'll be interesting to see what they have to say. There'll also be platooning with the community, so if you jump into the stream and you get involved, which I highly recommend you do just because it's interesting, and you'll get to meet a few different people in there other than the usual, and basically you can jump into the stream. I guess you can request to be part of the platoon and they'll give you an invite or something like that, so that could be kind of cool. The return of Tanking After Dark, so I don't quite know what that is, but I mean, it's there. But essentially what it is every single hour there is something interesting, and it's all for charity. All of the donations that you guys actually put in towards this event will go to charity, so you can donate just even if you don't want to look at any of the stream. If you don't want to join in, all you have to do is literally jump in and donate your money. You can see it here. Wargaming Chicago Baltimore raised $930 over their $5,000, and it goes to the charity for children's hospitals in the US and the UK. So it might seem really boring for you guys, maybe if you're interested in just the World of Tanks bit, but it's a really, really good cause, and I highly recommend you go in. Obviously, they've raised $930 so far, and yeah, if you've got any spare cash that you can actually give away to charity, then yeah, go ahead. But other than that, what is actually in the news this week that is of interest? Well, we've got the G.I. Joe tanks back and bigger than ever. Wow, they're bringing back these G.I. Joes, and it's tanks that aren't actually in the game at all. So these are brand new tanks, but they are part of the G.I. Joe series, and you can see here the first one. Yeah, it's an STR-VS1 with missile launchers on the top of them. Yes, okay. And of course it's called the Wolverine, because why not? It's got these missile launchers. We can have a look at the statistics of the vehicle if you want, and you can probably see them here, I believe. So stats-wise, you've got the primary weapon, which is the 105mm, which does 480 on damage. You've got pen that's just ridiculous. You're not going to need it. It's in the escalation era, so it's era 2 of the Cold War game mode, so not too bad at all. You'll get an extra 50% silver bonus, an extra 25% vehicle XP bonus, and 10% more commander XP as well. 2,600 hit points, good speeds, top forward, and of course reverse. And yeah, view range 530 meters. Remember, these vehicles are basically undetectable in the game. We've then got the ATGMs, if you want to call them that. Then, yeah, they have a ridiculous amount of it's basically like a barrage, I think. So there's 6 of them in the clip, and they all fire off within one kind of salvo, and they do 300 damage per hit. There's a intraclip reload of 3 seconds, so it'll just be like Missile 1, Missile 2, Missile 3, Missile 4, Missile 5, Missile 6, and then, yeah, it's kind of disgusting, really. Burst size, 2 ATGMs. And so there's 2 in one go, and then they fire 2 again in 3 seconds. And the damage per minute of these is 2,373, because obviously you got a super long reload. But remember, you can just swap to these, use them, and then swap back to your normal rounds, carry on as if you were, and then after 58 seconds you'll be able to use them again. So that's kind of how they work. Very, very cool, interesting looking tank. But remember, this is like... It's definitely not historically accurate, and it would be, I don't even know, when you can't even make this non-historically accurate because it's got to have missile launchers on the top of it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, regardless of that, we've got a World War II premium. Whoa, it's a Cobra T-54. It wouldn't be like Wargaming to re-release a premium that we already have, the T-54 Renegade, which is already in the game, remember? And the Cobra T-54's gun is a potent 4-round autoloader because, of course, it's going to be better than the actual premium tank that we have in the game. It is a tier 9, remember? So this has a 4-shot autoloader. Each shell has 360 alpha, so effectively it goes up a tier from the tier 8, and it gets a little bit of extra everything, I guess. It can go 45 kilometers forward as standard, and with turbo 60 kilometers an hour. So it has turbo mode mechanic of the CS63, because why not make this disgustingly strange? So it'll be interesting to see. I'll give it a go. Obviously we'll do a full review of both of the vehicles, so you guys get an indication as to which is good, which is bad, whether you should actually go out and buy this, remember, because it's a tier 9 premium and it's probably going to cost a bunch. So I don't know if they've released how much it's going to cost, but we'll get into that in just a second. It looks like they have actually got the bundles down below. As with this, we'll get the 2D commanders, Cover Girl and Baroness, which you can pick up if you really want them. I mean, they basically give you a 15% increased commander XP per battle, so it's going to get you through the commander ranks much faster. And then these bundles, how much will everything cost you? So if you want the G.I. Joe Wolverine, the primed bundle, it will cost you 16,560 gold. And essentially, everything in this bundle is charged for with the gold price that each thing is worth. So the premium time will be charged for as premium time. If you were to buy like 1 day of premium time, how much is 1 day of premium time? It's like 200 gold, times that by 7, 1400 gold. Then you've got 20 times 4 commander XP boosters, which might be, I don't know, 50 gold each. So that's 1,000 gold. So all of this stuff actually adds to the price of the bundle. And also the kind of equipment that they charge you for is also done in gold, because they convert it to silver. How much is each piece of equipment in silver? Then they convert the silver as if you were buying it with gold. Which is why all of these equipment things are never worth getting it, and you'd be better off just buying the fully loaded bundle, which comes with everything bar the equipment, and it will save you 1,000 gold. You can see there, 1,200 gold just to get a few pieces of equipment. Remember, in the escalation era, with a premium tank with 50% silver, and you use a ×2 silver boost, you can earn like 500,000 silver a game. So is 1,200 gold worth 3 games, so 400 gold per game? I don't know, it's up to you, but there you go. That's my opinion on it. I wouldn't buy the one with the equipment. And then the base version is 11,630 gold, so pretty expensive, but I mean, it's I don't even know. We'll have to test it out before I can give my full opinion as to whether it would even be remotely worth like £35 in a game that is free, and of course would be the same price as a full price game, or maybe like I don't even know. That's not even relevant now. Games are like 60 quid each, but it's close to a full price game for one tank in a free game. Yeah, I don't know. But then we have this tier 9 Cobra T-54, which of course costs you 20,500 if you want the top bundle. It will cost you 19,000 if you want the middle bundle. And of course, it will cost you 16,000 gold for the bottom bundle. And remember that the 16,000 gold will be like, literally like 50 quid if you want to actually buy it. So, yeah, that's disgusting. Genuinely, it could be the most overpowered tank in the game. If it's worth 50 quid, then no, I would never buy it, even if it was the most overpowered tank in the game, which it probably isn't, I can already tell you. But yeah, it's just not worth £50 for the majority of people. Obviously, if you've got excess cash, then yeah, go ahead and spend it on an overpriced tank. But that's up to you. And of course, if that will not hurt your bank account whatsoever, then it doesn't matter, does it? But there you go. Cover Girl, obviously 4,000 gold for some commanders. Never spend that on a commander, to be honest with you. And then if you want the Baroness 3Ds, it will cost you 5,600 gold for some commanders. Yeah, expensive. But there you go. And of course, you can pick up the most ridiculous G.I. Joe bundles you will ever see. Of course, 72,000 gold, or just under 72,000 gold, which is over £210. So you're looking at like probably $250 or something. I don't know what the exchange rate is at the minute, it's fluctuating, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Like $240 for a few tanks. And by the way, there's not that many tanks in here. You can get the Cobra Cat, the Cobra Hiss that isn't the Arctic version, so basically two of the same tank. You can get the G.I. Joe Mauler, the Armadillo, and the Mobat, which, yeah, for what, 6 vehicles, you're paying £240 for them. Remember, you do get commanders and skins, but like, come on, like no one's buying it for those. So yeah, 6. Oh my god, that is actually unbelievably expensive for what it really is. And to everyone in the game, even if you have unbelievable amounts of cash, if you are, Bill Gates, I would not buy the G.I. Joe Mega Bundle just out of principle that this is just the most ridiculous amount of gold that anyone can ever spend on like a few tanks. Same with all of these. To be honest, they're super overpriced for what they are. You'd be better off just buying some premium tanks, or just buying the tank that you actually want in the bundle. I've said it before, all of these G.I. Joe bundles are like severely overpriced for what they are. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, you don't have to go with that opinion. You can make up your own mind. But yeah, if I was going to recommend it to someone I actually really liked, then I would never say to spend their money on any of these in World of Tanks console. So that's my opinion. But other than that, what else do we have? Well, like I said at the beginning of the game, we have got a new map, or not a new map, but a new map for the last 2 years, which is Corellia. And this is a map that was in the game a long time ago. Of course, before update 6.0, and then it got removed because, it takes them 2 years to come back with some of the maps that we already have. But essentially, this is a map that you could have seen on World of Tanks PC. If you are a player that has been keeping up to date with World of Tanks PC, you watch PC videos, you'll see this map all of the time. But Corellia was on console as well. There's some slight variations, I believe. There's just less bushes on console because I believe it's to do with the limitations of the console itself and the graphics of some of the consoles, because everyone or the game is made for Xbox Ones, which means if they put in a bush, it has to be able to be put in on the Xbox One and the PS4, which obviously the higher, the powerful PCs can basically render pretty much everything, and so you'd have way more bushes, but on consoles that's not the case because the performance might be impacted essentially, and the newer consoles will definitely be able to generate more bushes, but they can't do it for one and not the other, obviously because of game balance and stuff like that. But Corellia essentially is the same. You've got this central area in the middle of the map. This is indeed, from this view, is actually the hill area on the map. You've then got another hill area over here, and then you've got this kind of section over here. On the assault game mode, you'll see that there is a cap circle usually about here, one team starts on this side of the map, and then the other team starts on this side of the map, and they basically fight over this central area. If you go through the middle of this area, it's terrible. You'll get taken out very, very quickly, since you can get hit from all directions, and it's basically a killing zone. It's really only for light tanks with good camo, and you are very, very brave, because Console's camo system for basically everything is terrible, and you can't actually remain undetected very easily or sneak around, comparatively to PC. So there you go, it's Corellia. I mean, it's back in the game. We can do a full rundown of the map when it actually arrives in the game, but other than that, what else do we have? Well then, of course, next week we have the Super Chaffee Earn operation. So if you haven't already got the Super Chaffee, which is this one, it's a tier 6 vehicle that is basically, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just a Chaffee that's premium, basically. So the Super Chaffee, it's available, and it will be a earn operation for I think 2 weeks or something like that. That's just speculation. It will probably be one of the small operations. It won't be the month-long op. At least I hope not, because that would be a terrible monthly earn operation. And then obviously we've got the premium bonus, which gives you 50% more XP and 50% more silver when grinding towards the following lines, which are the AMX-50B, the STRV-103B, and on the Cold War lines, then you will have from Era 2 Plus and onwards the Leopard 2A5. So this is really nice for everyone trying to grind through all of these tech trees. I really do love these premium bonus events. They're super good for everyone in the game. It helps people catch up to where they should be in the game, and it's just generally a really good idea. These last for 2 weeks, so these will be available for 2 weeks. There's also the Turkey Shoot operation as well, which comes with completing challenges to earn some silver, which, I mean, they're quite nice, but not imperative. And then, of course, the Extra Life, which is on the 5th of November. I want to reiterate that, 5th of November. All you do is type in on the internet, Twitch stream, World of Tanks console, it'll come up. And yeah, you'll find the Extra Life stream, which is really, really good, or you can just go to the Extra Life article and you'll find the link on there. And there's the 10th year in a row supporting the charity. So, of course, it's a 24-hour stream, but with daylight savings time, it's actually 25 hours. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, BAM will be doing a Q&A as a short rundown. BAM will also be discussing a new community map, and some of the CCs will also be streaming as well as part of it to allow people to take a break, I guess. And yeah, maybe I will be featured in it. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. G.I. Joe returns. There's also the new tanks like we've mentioned, as well as the returning tanks that we've all seen. These are licensed tanks, so you can't purchase them out of the license period. But yeah, I wouldn't purchase them anyway. Miscellaneous shoutouts. Obviously, you can pause the video here and have a look if you want to. I won't be going through all of them. And yeah, that's literally it. And congratulations to Woolly Moose 49, Nerf Auto Aim 123, Arsec Bernard, Overall Bike 4, and Velodia 322 for reaching 100k battles. Nosif 14 for reaching 110,000 battles, and Lemmy 1968512 for reaching 130,000 battles. You guys have way more patience of playing this game than I do, since I might play 50 games in one weekend and want to literally tear my hair out. So yeah, that's I don't know how you guys do it, but there we go. Next week's stream, slightly shorter than normal since Banway's doing a large Q&A during the Extra Life, so don't worry about next week. And check out the stream VOD to see all of the questions as well for these. As far as the questions that they had were uncovered and gave answers to, is it possible to have a vehicle with two parts joined together? It could be interesting, but there's no plans for it, and the physics would be an issue, so I don't quite know what it means, but I'm assuming two parts fused together, so two tanks next to each other. I don't know, or is it a tank and a trailer, or I don't know. Anyway, it's yeah, I don't quite know what they mean by that, but any info on the next camo sale? It's right around the corner in November, so you can pick up a camo at 50% off, including the premium versions as well, so you can pick it up for 100 gold instead of 200. Leopard 2A5 skin, no plans right now as we have tank skins on the way, which is nice. Can we get more co-op focused game modes? We've talked about things like co-op focused boss fights, etc., but no plans as yet as we're talking about another game mode, but not PvE. Any new lights coming? There is a light premium coming and it's quite iconic. I don't know what they mean by this, but this could be interesting. I'm assuming it will be a Cold War vehicle because pretty much all of the premiums that are coming out are Cold War. Any news of mercenaries for Cold War? They will likely be next year. Oh god, watch out. It's when they start making a mess. Are the double-barreled tanks coming this year or next? They'll be coming next year as we are still figuring out the best way to implement these and how we can better optimize the experience of these tanks. Seems like they find them just terrible or something in the game, so maybe they're just awful. Will the tanks removed from the premium tech tree still be made available for war rewards? Yes, they can still be made available for rewards if needed by the events team. So this is really, really good news. I thought it might be this in terms of them literally re-releasing them as rewards for tier 10. That way people don't get annoyed at the fact that they could have bought it and then it gets re-released as kind of a free vehicle, like the Object 279E was a free vehicle as well. Any Cold War only maps coming? We would like future maps to benefit both modes, if we are honest. So moving forward, we try to make maps work in both modes. So to answer your question, no. I mean, I'm not surprised. Pretty much everything's on Cold War these days. So yeah, there will just be maps, and it makes sense from just a literal perspective of a company. Might as well just do something that can be used on both, and I don't have a problem with that if it means we can get maps quicker. Any chance for a trade-in event soon? I don't know why people keep asking for this, man. It's the trashiest event that Wargaming do. Literally, you trade in a premium that you already own to get a discount on a new premium that's not even on sale. Like, it's trash. Why would you want to, yeah, it's just awful. Most of the tanks that you can buy in the trade-in event also go on sale for 50% off, so wait a minute, you could just wait and then buy the premium tank that's on sale for 50% off and keep the one that you own, or you could do it during the trading event and give away a premium to get the same discount. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Will the Halloween commanders disappear from the reel after Halloween? Yes, they will be removed from the reel, so if you want one, please pick them up now. When can we buy the Turan again? Expect its return in a very joyous occasion coming soon. It wouldn't be like Christmas around the corner, would it? Whoa. And of course, Christmas, it will be on sale, I expect, or it will be part of an earn operation, which would be fantastic because this vehicle is super OP and can deal 1,050 damage, or 950 damage, I think it is, but it reloads in something like 18 seconds or some absolutely disgusting amount of time. So it's a really, really OP tank. I'm pretty sure someone gifted it to me, but I don't actually have it in the garage, which is kind of disappointing. I don't know if it was kind of a glitch or maybe they didn't actually gift it anyway. But yeah, maybe I'll have to pick it up myself if it does come on sale or part of an earn operation. When will the Valkyria tanks come back? They will be making an appearance very soon and an appearance later in the year. So, Nameless, that is the vehicle that we're on about. Will the silver cost removal from custom lobbies be activated this weekend? Yes, it will. So you can play custom games to your heart's content this weekend, which is today, currently. So jump in if you really want to and do it for that. Any new tanks for Black Friday? Yes, but nothing to show yet, so this could be interesting. Hopefully it's an actual interesting black tank that they'll be introducing. For those of you that don't know, the T-34 is a black tank, so it's basically Wargaming do black tanks, but they're essentially the exact same tank as the normal version, but they just colour them black and give them like a little emblem or something on it. So you've got things like the T-34-3 black, you've got the T-34 black, you've got the IS-6 black, CDC black, and there's loads of other ones as well that I've probably forgotten off this list. I think there might even be like a 110 black or something like that. But yeah, essentially they'll be bringing another one out. Hopefully it's a cool looking one, and we'll wait for that. And will the tier 10 skins still be coming this year? We talked about this year, this today, and they're rescheduled, and they're scheduled for next year. So no, there will be no tier 10 skins coming this year. Disappointing, I know, as they've said that they would be doing it this year. And of course, it's taking a lot longer. And for that, I want to talk just for the final minute of this video, probably, about the fact that I'd really wish that Wargaming would just say, like, no, we don't have capacity to do this year, so we're gonna say it will be later on in the year, and if there is time, we'll add it in, rather than saying, like, oh yeah, tier 10 skins, they'll be in 2022, and then it ends up, oh no, sorry, we actually can't do it, they're scheduled for next year. Because it's just so much worse than if you were to be like, oh yeah, they're scheduled for 2023, so we'll have to wait for that, but maybe we can do them sooner, and if you can, then you release them sooner, which is the way I would go about it if I was a company and trying to showcase to people, but obviously people are different and they can do it whichever the way they want. Hopefully that gives you a good indication as to what's coming next week. I don't know if Wargaming will come out and just introduce something random as well, but the key things obviously are the earn operation for the Super Chaffee, the premium bonus for the AMX50B STRV 103B, and the Leopard 2A5. We've got the return of the G.I. Joe tanks that are super overpriced and I wouldn't recommend to any of my good friends, or just to anyone in general. And the new, which is the Tier 9 Heavy Cobra T54 and the Tank Destroyer G.I. Joe STRV-1 Wolverine. And of course, the operations that were introduced as well, and the extra live stream on the 5th of November, which I highly recommend you go and check out, or potentially donate if you have any money. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I hope you'll join me in the next video coming soon. Goodbye.